how deeply I regret and apologize for the circumstances that led to my resignation from the CIA and caused such pain for my family, friends, and supporters.
That was former CIA Director David Petraeus with an apology in his first public appearance since resigning from the CIA following a sex scandal. Petraeus was often talked about as a possible Republican presidential candidate, leaving many to wonder if that apology was the first step towards getting back into public life. And so far, the reaction has been pretty good.
In terms of the forgiveness that the public might give him, he'd be fine.
I think the whole Petraeus flap-up was just that. It was a lot of noise about nothing at the end of the day, and I think his comeback is something that should be welcomed by the country.
Okay, I don't know where to start here. I know that you do this for a living, and I know that you have firsthand experience working with Congressman Weiner. So where do we start here, Jessica?
Well, I think he's handled it pretty well so far. I think and that's largely how you get through it is largely dependent on how you handle it. I think number one, it was the right thing for him to do to resign. I think you need to be truthful, come out right away. I think you need to be sincere in your apology. You need to show humility and genuine concern for what you did. But I think it also depends on who you were before the scandal, how you were regarded among your colleagues. If you look at someone like Governor Spitzer, who had made so many enemies prior to what he did, no one was ready to come to his defense. They all wanted to just watch him fall at that point. So if you're someone that had the level of respect like General Petraeus and that before you had this scandal, I think it's easier to come out of it. And everyone loves a comeback story, and we all, as Americans, I think, like to give people second chances, but I do think it depends on what kind of person you were and what your reputation was prior to it.
So is Petraeus back?
Well, I don't think he's back. I think that he did a very good job of rolling himself back out, though. I think that he was smart to go underground for a very long time. He wasn't speaking. Nothing was coming out of his family. He clearly is an ex-military, ex-CIA guy. He had no leaks from his camp. Mm-hmm. The people that were speaking on his behalf were speaking very eloquently. They weren't saying dumb things to counter his message. And he picked an institution, you know, a university in a packed room where all the eyes were on him, and he delivered a very impassioned mea culpa. And I think that, you know, it's the start of building himself back up. He's got a lot of work to do, but everything he's done so far, I think, has been excellent.
Okay, Eric, now I've got to take a break, but I've got to ask you a question just between me and you, just between us, okay? You worked for Congressman Weiner. Is he coming back?
He's got $4 million in his campaign coffers. He's a very good campaigner. New York loves a comeback story. I don't have any inside information, but I wouldn't say ever, never.
Okay, we will continue when we return. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay with us.